in Niagara Falls, Canada, and we are Barskool. I'm back and I'm standing in the ice wine vineyards of Inniskillin Wineries, and we are here to see how ice wine is made. Let's go. So we're standing here with Donald Ziraldo of Inniskillin Wineries, who brought ice wines to Canada in 1984, is that right?
Yeah, 1983 we tried, but the birds ate all the grapes.
Oh, they did.
That's right.
Because you were telling me before that these grapes are actually disgusting now because they need to be frozen. So what I'd like to know is a little bit more about the process. When are these grapes ready to be made into ice wine?
So we're standing here now in the middle of winter, so they're in the process. But normally harvest takes place in September, October, whether it's here, whether it's Italy, whether it's France. So we leave the grapes on the vine. And then we wait for the leaves to fall off, and then we put this netting on. The reason we put the netting on is because if not, the birds would eat them all.
Okay.
And that story about why it wasn't 84, it was 83, because we left the grapes on the vine. Karl Kaiser, my partner then, said to me he wanted to leave some grapes on the vine to make ice wine. I thought, guys, a little bit touched. So we did it, left the grapes, and there was those first 13 rows up at the front. And on December the 3rd, I came in, the grapes were all gone. He came in, he got really upset thinking I'd picked them. And I said, Carl, I didn't pick them. It had snowed the night before, about a half a meter of snow.
Oh, yeah?
So the birds had no, like you see there, all the seeds and things they could eat, the grapes on the ground.
Yeah.
So they ate all of the grapes by the time we got to the office. So we lost the entire crop in 83.
So then 83 finished, and then that's when we said, okay, now we need to net this.
Net that, right. So we called back, he called his buddies back in Austria, and they said, Carl, you got to put netting because the birds eat it. So this is the netting, which we put on, and it protects them. Now the birds get a little crazy because if you look right here, these that are close to the net, they still hang onto the net and chew them, depending on how cold it gets, how hungry they are.
Now, I read somewhere that these, when you're getting ready to actually take the grapes off, it has to be done in the middle of the night. Is that right? That has to be the coldest it can possibly be?
The VQA regulations, which is our appellation of origin of Vintners Quality Alliance, dictates that it has to be minimum of -8.
Oh my gosh.
Celsius. And Kate, in principle, what happens is about 90% of the water comes out. It's frozen as ice crystals.
Yep.
And we take it in the winery and press it frozen. So the ice crystals stay out. And what you get is the sugar, the acid, and the flavor component, which is very small but very powerful. And it concentrates all of those things so that when you make the ice wine, you get this magnificent aroma of, in this case with the Vidal, mango, lychee, very predominant in the nose. So it's always more expensive, more difficult to make.
The juice itself in the Cab Franc is clear, right?
That's right, yeah. So if we looked at the juice, let's just grab one of these. Actually, let's grab one and just kind of squeeze it.
Is this the Cab Franc grape? What do we have
This is Vidal.
Here? This is the Vidal grape.
It looks, because it used to be white, but now it's turning this color because it's oxidizing. So it's not frozen, so we can actually squeeze it. So we just, sorry about that. So that juice, and if we had a little glass, we could put it in the glass. So you're only going to get a tiny fraction of that because this is still full of a lot of water. But you want to taste it?
Oh,
that's
wow.
a bit. That's a bit.
Okay.
Bit,
oh, wow.
Taste it? Sweet?
That's actually better than putting it into my mouth, because I think
because you were chewing
on
the
grape before.
Yeah, you were chewing the skins. This is much cleaner.
That's really nice, actually. Thank you. Should give us some time. Maybe when we go back in there, because now I think what we're going to do is actually head back into the building itself and try some of these delicious ice wines. So that concludes our lesson. Thank you very much, Donald. And let's go in and try some ice wine.